In this video, we're going to go over factoring perfect squares. This will be a fast video since this is fairly straightforward. When we are factoring perfect squares, we have an a squared minus b squared, meaning that I have a number multiplied to itself that equals to a squared, and then the same thing for b squared. In this situation, we can just factor this accordingly like this. We do not need to do an x method with a middle term. The reason being is if I were to FOIL this, and let's do it, I see a squared plus ab, and I were to FOIL this, and I see minus ab minus b squared, we see the middle terms do cancel. So we do not need to worry about that, and we get to right where we need to be. So if we were to factoring it, we can go the opposite way without any issues. So the first thing we're going to do is recognize perfect squared and then factor them accordingly. So let's do it number 6 first. Seems to be the easiest one. I see that my a is equal to n squared and my b is equal to 25. My b squared, sorry. My a squared is n squared. My b squared is 25. Well, what times itself is equal to n? That must be a is equal to n, right? N times n is n squared. And if we do the same thing for b squared, b must be 5. Basically, you square root both sides if you wanted to see a formula for it. So a is n, b is 5. That's it. All we're going to do is do n minus 5 and n plus 5. That's it. That's all we do. We can FOIL it through to double check, and I will do that right now just so I can show you. N squared minus 5n plus 5n minus 25. Middle terms cancel, and we have our shortcuts. We do not need to worry about it. Let's go to number 1 and 2 below here. A little more challenging ones. First, we notice a squared is 16n squared. B squared is 9. B will be easiest to find. B is just 3. And we're looking for a squared. We're looking for just a, or square root it. A is going to be 4n. 4 times 4 is 16. N times n is n squared. So that's it. We rewrite it 4n minus 3, 4n plus 3. And we have done that perfectly. Let's do one more, call it a day. All right. A squared is equal to 4m squared. So a is equal to 2m after you square root it. B squared is equal to 25. Well, after we square root it, b is equal to 5. Then plug and chug, please. 2m minus 5, 2m plus 5. That is it. So recognize that these are perfect squares because 4 is a perfect square, m squared is a perfect square, 25 is a perfect square, 16 is a perfect square, 9 is a perfect square. Recognize your perfect squares, and this becomes a fairly easy factoring situation. If you have any other questions regarding these types of problems, please just send me an email. Other than that, hope everyone has a great day.